great time.
Steve, it was the fact that we got some grass at his party that made it so fun.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to open us with the word of prayer, and we'll get into our agenda, okay? Lord, we thank you so much that in this season after Easter, we can give you thanks for the new life that we see all around us and that we experience in our hearts and in our lives. We look forward to all that this spring and summer will bring about. And we thank you for the way that you have watched over us during this difficult season. And we look forward to how and when we'll see the restrictions ease,
3 days to get
the incidents decline, and we'll see new life and new opportunities all around us. We bless you for this day and for this time that we have together. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so I'm so grateful for the assistance that I'm getting here with cues. Let me give you a heads up. If you happen to come in late, and if you would like a seat, we have 3 seats right down here in the front row. If you wouldn't mind coming up to the front, or we actually have an overflow room set up in the chapel, so that if you prefer to go back to the chapel and sit back there, you can do that as well. As is our custom, we're starting off with a couple of special recognitions. So first of all, birthdays. Chuck Hanna's birthday was the 7th. Is Chuck's here? There we go. Don't be deceived by that knee brace if you play pickleball. Don't be deceived by that knee brace. Betty Kirk. Betty Kirk's birthday was the 10th. Emily Wood. I don't know if Emily's here. Emily Wood's birthday is actually the 11th. Ron Bell is the 14th. Ron, good to see you. Happy birthday. And Polly Blakeney's birthday is on the 12th. Now, we've got some wedding anniversaries. Are Dick and Martha Beecham here? Dick and Martha Beecham's wedding anniversary is today. If you happen to see them, please reach out and let them know. They were married on April 9th, 1955. 1955. Is that 66 years? That's amazing. That's amazing. And then the Ewings were married on April 30th, 1965. So if you see the Ewings, please wish them a very, very happy wedding anniversary. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay. We are highlighting this month's Star Employee of the Month. That is Michelle Whelan. Michelle works as a CMA in Cobb Landing in the health center, and she's been there since June of 2020. Her favorite part about working at the Manor is the teamwork within the staff and the way everyone is willing to help each other out. She was born in Mansfield, Ohio, but she was raised in Haskell, Oklahoma, and she graduated from Haskell High School. She decided to be a caregiver at a very early age, and she started working at the Haskell nursing home when she was 17 years old. She loves the people that she serves, and she believes that people should be treated with dignity and respect at any age. When she's not working, she enjoys reading and watching football and spending time with her kids. She has 3 teenagers, 2 boys and a girl, and her friends would describe her as loyal, loving, honest, to a fault. So we celebrate Michelle Whelan's service in Cobb Landing. And I do want to take the opportunity to encourage everybody. We love it when you nominate people for the Star Employee of the Month. If you have an experience that is a blessing to you, please go ahead and submit a name. And we always love it when you do that. So thank you very much. We also have the amazing distinction today of recognizing someone who has achieved a milestone in employment. And I'm going to ask that Jennifer Rawlings and Lori Johnson come forward, please. As I walked past Lori on the way in here, I said,
No.
"Could it really be 10 years?" And she said, yes, it could. Have you ever just had a decade slip by that seems like it just passed like no time at all? So we have this service pin here, and it's my privilege to
Sit down.
Well, that's how I felt, trying to do.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
We are so grateful for the difference that you make on the wellness team. Thank you very much. So, it's my job to generate excitement about the new name of Oklahoma Methodist Manor without telling you what the new name is yet. So I'd like to share with you a few names that it's not, okay? Can I do that? First of all, it's not going to be Stevens Point. That's a town in Wisconsin. It's not going to be Denison. Okay? It's not going to be Morgantown. And it's also not going to be Bonneville.
Oh, man.
But if you want to find out what the new name is going to be, you're going to have to come back to Town Hall next month when the reveal of the new name will take place in this very space. How about that? So I can't tell you the new name, but I can tell you that as part of this process, the board and the staff at Oklahoma Methodist Manor have been through a process that has involved a thorough self-evaluation. And one of the things that we've done, one of the byproducts of this thorough self-evaluation is a revision of the mission, vision, and values of Oklahoma Methodist Manor. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to shorten and simplify those statements so that they're easier to remember and so that they become a more integral part of our everyday life here at OMM. And so I am proud to tell you, I'm going to read the new mission, I'm going to read the new mission, and I'm going to read the new value statements, okay? So the mission statement is very simply, we serve families in the Spirit of Christ. We serve families in the Spirit of Christ. The vision statement is, we aspire to set a new standard for life plan community living by redefining aging. Redefining aging. We love the way that wellness has become central to what we do here. The idea that every person, irrespective of their age, can enjoy whole person wellness. The idea that each of the dimensions of wellness, physical wellness, spiritual wellness, emotional wellness, social wellness, vocational wellness, environmental wellness, that each of those dimensions, that you can experience a fullness of life, no matter what stage of life you're at, is just really, really, really beneficial to us. And the idea that aging does not have to be an inevitable sequence of perpetual loss and decline. That rejuvenation can be a part of that, that learning new things, that discovering, that gaining new friends, that experiencing a fullness of community life can be a part of the aging experience. That is what we want to put front and center. So we identified 5 values that we want to uphold as an organization. The first is integrity. The second is kindness. The third is inclusion. The fourth is collaboration. And the fifth is innovation. By integrity, we mean promoting honesty and accountability. By kindness, we mean creating a caring atmosphere that influences everyone around us. We want our kindness to be contagious. Inclusion. We serve together as one, and we appreciate the strengths in diversity. By collaboration, we mean we listen to each other and we encourage ideas and cooperation. And by innovation, we mean fostering creativity to imagine what is possible. And so the board and the staff have been through a really thorough and rigorous process to come to the point where these values are going to define our behavior. This is how we treat each other in the organization. So the mission statement, our reason for being, is serving families in the spirit of Christ. Our vision statement, that is our aspiration, is to set a new standard for life plan communities. And our value statement describe how it is that we want to treat each other, how we will behave as an organization. And I am really thrilled by the work that went into this. I want to thank the team that did this work, and we're very excited that as a part of the rollout of this new name, this is going to be part of our new identity. So to find out the new name, all you have to do is come back on Friday, May 14th, and we will reveal that new name then. Now, a couple of other things that are so important that are right around the corner. As you've watched the progress on the construction on the memory care assisted living and the community life center, don't you just get excited? I mean, just seeing the asphalt go down, it just gives you, we're one step closer. Seeing the landscaping going in over the last few days is a great source of encouragement. Well, I'm here to tell you that on Thursday, April 29th, there will be a blessing of the new memory care assisted living households. And we are expecting the first residents to move in early in the month of May. That is just right around the corner. So on the 29th, there'll be a blessing. The details about the blessing will come forward. Everybody here will be invited to participate in that, and we are very excited about that. As far as the Community Life Center, we are planning for the grand opening of the Community Life Center to occur early in the month of June. And so we're going to have an awesome time in late April and early May. And we're going to have an awesome time in the month of June as we look toward really the culmination of the work that's taken place on these new spaces. So we're very, very excited about that.
Steve, when you have a blessing, you'll be able to tour.
I believe that's
Yes.
true. Yes,
You'll
yeah.
be able to
The
tour
blessing's
the house.
actually going to be outside because it's both households, but yes, you'll be able to tour and you obviously haven't been able to see this, but I mean, we're to the point where the furniture's being brought into the houses. And so the progress on the inside is actually just as impressive as the progress on the outside. Okay. I have a couple of other comments. As you know, we announced that Dub Ambrose has planned for his retirement in the near future. And as a part of that process, Jennifer Rawlings, who is the Vice President of Wellness, began the process of searching for a new chaplain. This was a very, very rigorous process. We had 36 applicants for the position. And Jennifer put together an interview team, and she relied heavily on the Spiritual Life Council in the process of evaluating these candidates. There were 7 members of the interview team that included staff members and community members. And then there are 8 members of the Spiritual Life Council that were involved in this process. And you've heard the announcement that Weldon Tisdale has been selected and has accepted the offer to join the staff at Oklahoma Methodist Manor as the new chaplain. And we are so excited about this. It is going to be a tremendous blessing to have Weldon join the staff here. He graduated from Booker T. Washington High School, and he went to Yale University to major in sociology. And he went to Yale on a basketball scholarship. Now, a little known fact about Weldon is that he actually taught his younger brother how to play basketball. For those of you that don't know, his younger brother was Wayman Tisdale, who played for ORU.
I was like, no, he didn't. Go ahead, shout it out.
In my dreams, he played for ORU. He played for OU, and then he went on to an illustrious professional career. Weldon's father was L.L. Tisdale, for whom the Tisdale Expressway was named. Weldon's father was the pastor of Friendship Church. And when his father retired, Weldon took over for him as the pastor of Friendship Church, and he served there for 20 years. I got to know him when he was the president of the Gatesway Foundation, and we were in the process of looking for people that could benefit from the furniture, fixtures, and equipment that were left over when we vacated the old Holloman building. And about half of the equipment and the furnishings from that building were donated to the Gatesway Foundation. And we were so thankful for that. I got to know Weldon through that process and learned of his availability during the search. And we were blessed to have him interview, and we're really thrilled that he will be joining the staff at Oklahoma Methodist Manor as the new chaplain. There'll be more to come about this too. Obviously, we will have a retirement party for Dub, and as the time grows closer, we'll share a little bit more information about Weldon's onboarding. We want him to meet everybody, of course, but we're really excited about how that process will unfold. With that, I'm ready to turn the mic over to Jacob Will, who I think is going to come forward and share an update on how things are going in our licensed areas, in the healthcare areas.
Oh, Bonnie will be overjoyed that I took my mask off. Yeah. I'm a stickler for it. Well, good morning. Probably the best update that I have for you is when looking at our licensed areas, we have not had a positive case with a resident since the end of January. We continue to have a really high rate of individuals that are vaccinated. People that are moving in now seem to be coming in with their vaccination, and those that aren't or maybe haven't completed, we're able to utilize our Boomer Pharmacy to come here on site and still to deliver that. Vaccination has certainly been the biggest question that people ask. And if anybody has not had the opportunity to get their vaccination through the clinics that we did here on our site, please reach out to your own personal pharmacy. They have access to, right now, at least 3 different types of vaccinations, the Pfizer, the Moderna, and there is some Johnson & Johnson that has been out there. So, and a reminder that Johnson & Johnson is just a 1 shot. But they claim fully vaccination after 2 weeks from your final vaccination shot. The other change has been visitation. With OSDH and CMS making some changes a couple weeks ago, individuals that are fully vaccinated can now have visitors in their room if they so choose. So if you have friends or even loved ones that live here that are in one of our licensed areas of Holloman or in the households and soon to be the Marshall Gaddy House, if they are fully vaccinated and they have signed a consent form that says, yes, I want to have visitors, then they have essentially open visitation pretty much during the daytime. So you could go and visit them. We still ask people to wear masks, to stay socially distanced, but it sure makes a big difference to have somebody actually welcome them into your own space, your own home, rather than utilizing the love stations and things. So are there any questions that you guys might have about our licensed areas?
How do we know if they've signed the consent form? Check with you.
Can you repeat the question?
So the question is, how do you know if somebody has signed one of those consent forms? I would point you towards Kim, which is the receptionist at Holloman, because everybody's got to go through that entrance essentially to go meet somebody. She actually keeps that list. You could always ask the individual themselves as well, but Kim does keep an updated list. Yes.
Does this include the health center?
Yes, it does.
Repeat the question.
He asked if it included the health center. So it's both licensed areas of our assisted living and the households.
What will the occupancy of the first memory care unit be?
Good question. So what's the occupancy of the new Marshall Gaddy house? So both houses, Marshall Gaddy and Barnes, can have up to 12 people that live in it. We currently have a wait list of almost already over 20 people. And so we have a staff already for the Marshall Gaddy house. Some of them I see are back in the corner over there with some of our Holloman folks. That they're going to start some pretty in-depth orientation here in the next week or two. And we expect Marshall Gaddy to be full quickly. We have a lot of people that are anxiously waiting to move in there. Some are people that currently live on the campus. Some are people that are out in the community and waiting. So there's a lot of excitement, both from the caregiver team that's going to be in there to those that are living there, the families that have been anxiously awaiting this. So I have not seen it for a little bit, so I'm excited to see now that furniture is went in there. Any other questions? Yes.
You were talking about, some are from here, some who has priority, the people that live here first?
Yes. So the question is, who has priority to move in there? Obviously, the first individuals that would move into the Marshall Gaddy house would be anybody that currently lives on campus that requires that need or is interested in that move.
Do visitors to the licensed area have to be vaccinated?
The question is, do visitors coming into those licensed areas need to be vaccinated? So the answer is no. So the federal government said that we cannot ask for that with HIPAA. We cannot ask for your medical records. So while I will strongly encourage it, and that's what I have put out in my communication to a lot of family and things as they're coming, just to help prevent any spread or anything.
So while Jacob is here, excuse me, I'm going to launch out into a question that has not been asked that I think you might be wondering about, okay? And we'll try this together, okay? The question is, what does the future have in store for masks on the campus of Oklahoma Methodist Manor? Now, no one asked that question, but I suspect that some of you are wondering about this. So we believe that the current mask mandate for the city of Tulsa is set to expire on April 30th. We believe that at that time, masks will become optional, that there may be certain businesses that will require a mask, but that essentially masks will become optional in various areas. Masks will not be optional in the licensed areas on the campus of Oklahoma Methodist Manor. But we do expect that masks will become optional once the mask mandate in the city of Tulsa expires. So theoretically, if you asked us right now, we would think that wearing a mask would be optional after the 30th of April in public spaces on the OMM campus. Is that clear to everybody? Okay. I'm seeing some people reluctantly clapping. Yes.
I think we can clearly answer that for you guys as a group that live here. I don't know if we have set yet on what those rules and guidelines would be for even the staff that serve in residential living.
And there'll be more to come on that.
Yeah.
We will continue, because of what I said about the licensed area, we will continue to screen people at the West Gate. We will continue to check temperatures. We will continue to offer masks, but the requirement of wearing a mask in public places will probably go away when the city mandate expires.
Was there a question? I saw it. Oh, okay.
Great.
All right.
What percentage of our staff now has received vaccinations?
So at the end of our clinics, we were right around 54%. Since that date, it's been a little bit harder to track because individuals have been going out on their own. We completed a few shots for staff in March when we had Boomer come out to do some more vaccines for our residents. But we've also onboarded some new staff, and I don't keep that track. HR kind of tracks that. And so we're still probably right around a little over 50%.
Thank you, Jacob. We're thrilled that you're headed off on a well-deserved vacation. Hope you have a great time.
Good morning. So give you guys a construction update. Steve kind of hit on it a little bit earlier, talked about the landscaping going in. The landscaping is in full force right now. There's trucks coming in this morning. There was mulch coming in. There's bed edging coming in. All the plants are pretty much here for both houses, but not the interior courtyards yet. So we're not able to get in there and work. They're still working on some drainage. Once they get the drainage, the surface drains installed and the holes covered up and compacted and those kind of things, we'll be in there working on that. I suspect that we'll be in there next week. Everything's carpeted. The furniture's set on both houses. All of the accessories and artwork will be starting to be installed next week. So we're making great progress. Then once that happens, our staff will go in there and they'll start commissioning the building, start operating the equipment, make sure they're familiar with it, those types of things. That takes about 2 weeks. And then that should pretty much hit on Jacob's date of getting his first members moved in. So as Steve indicated earlier. So we're doing well. The community center is still about 30 days or more behind. We just dedicated all the resources with all the weather events we had. We dedicated as many resources as we could to get the houses open. And then those resources, once we get the houses open, we'll all revert back and gang up on the community center and we'll get it finished as well. But it's still coming along nice. There's a lot of sheetrock work done in there. They're starting to tape and mud the joints on the sheetrock. I think next week or the first of the following week, the hearing loop that we all talked about going into the great hall will be going down on the floor. So that'll be installed, all the AV stuff. And then of course your IT and computer wiring and switching and all that stuff is the last thing. You don't want that in a dusty environment. So we're working on IT the first to the middle of next week on the houses. So when your switches and your IT stuff goes in, you're getting really close. So everybody's pushing hard. I think the landscapers will be here all weekend. There's a load of sod coming in, I believe today or tomorrow. We're trying to get it in ahead of the rain, but the sod will be in. And hopefully on Monday, most all the landscaping around both houses will be complete on the front of the house. So then we'll start on the courtyards. Campus-wise, if you notice today, we pulled back the fence. We removed the fencing on the south side of the construction along 32nd. So what that means is there's been a lot of questions asked about well, let me start over. There's some people that are throwing a fit and do not want me to remove those yellow bumpers that kind of gotten used to going around in a circle. Those of you who do not want me to remove those, the consensus is that we're going to remove them. So I don't know exactly when. I had been passing along that we needed to get the fence moved back. I thought we were going to be about 30 days. We've still got a little bit of concrete to pour. So we're probably, I said previously about 30 days. We're probably more like 2 weeks out on moving those. So, and don't be surprised if it's quicker than that. We want to keep them there until we don't need them anymore, because I'm pretty sure you guys would not want me to put them back just for a day or two. So I would prefer removing them and sending them on the way. Other things, we're working on color. I've talked about this before, but we're going to let the pansies bloom a little longer. We've still got some challenging weather opportunities over the next couple of weeks. So we'll probably be putting summer color out, I would guess, closer to the 1st of May. So we'll get that in, and we've got to. I don't want to pull resources for the landscaping crew off of the houses. We'll let them get that done, and then we'll start working on getting the color in. We'll enjoy the pansies a little longer. And we've had some geese issues. So we've had Trapper Dan. He's been out, removed what he could, and we're good to go from there as far as the geese. And then in the summer when it's time, we'll remove the rest of them. So,
There's a question online
Okay.
Give an update on the entrance, on the new entrance.
Okay. The question was online was to give an update on the new entrances. The drawings are completed on the Sandusky entrance. We're getting ready to file permitting for that. The main entrance, we've still got a little bit of radius challenge, so we're working through that. What I mean by that is you have to have a certain radius. If a fire truck comes in, they got to be able to get out. So we have to be able to satisfy that radius. If something large turns in there, they have to be able to get out of there. So we're working on that. We're working through that. Yes.
You're saying that
First Street?
It will not be, we're redoing the entrance and exit onto Sandusky. We are going to, we're trying to keep the construction entrance that's there and use that as a gated entrance. There'll be a gated entrance there. And the street will be closed off where we know it now. And the sidewalk will continue across there. So it's kind of confusing, but that's our plan. That's our hope. But I'll let Bonnie and Steve talk to you about the rest of that. You know, that's my job is to get the plans ready, and that their job is to get the money ready.
I missed the question, I'm sorry.
About the entrance?
Yes.
Yeah,
What was,
the update on the entrance.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're excited.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What will happen to the old central entrance?
Please repeat the question.
The question is, what will happen to the old central entrance? The plan is, again, to take up the approach, finish the sidewalk across the approach, and landscape that and fence it where, you know, where our sign comes in at a radius. We'll fence it straight across, and then that'll all be landscaped. Yeah. Yes, okay.
What will the facade of the community center be? On all the drawings that are out, there's no picture of the front of the community center.
Right, that's a great question. The question was, what is the facade on the community center in general? Mostly talking about the main entrance. It's a combination of rock, brick, and stucco, just like the houses are. And they're going to start working on the brickwork, I believe, on the community center probably next week. Any other questions? Yes.
Do you have a schedule for street repairs?
We do. Once the construction's completed, we'll start scheduling the street repairs. I'm assuming you're talking about like Quebec and Pittsburgh Place and those areas. On Quebec, we have a water leak. The city of Tulsa has been contacted. We're on their list. They haven't come out yet to repair that, but we can't repair that. That goes to the fire hydrant. That's the city's repair. So once that gets done, we'll get the streets repair scheduled. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bonnie, you're up.
Good morning. I am excited today. All of you should have received some information from us. We're super excited about an opportunity. How many of you, I'm going to start out with an easy question and get us moving. How many of you have come to a concert in this very room? Yes, a concert. How many of you enjoyed that concert? Nice. How many of you appreciate the hard work that Irene does to get the performers? Well, as we are working on the Community Life Center and all of the new and fun stuff that is going to come with that, it has come to our attention that the pianos that you see in this room just probably aren't going to work for the new space we have in the Community Life Center. And when that came to our attention, we immediately went into action. We've worked with local partners to try to find the right piece for our room that would accommodate who we are, what we do, as well as it has some other fun features that I'll tell you in just a second. But we have worked with Save Music, and we have found a Steinway grand piano that we are super excited about. One of the things is that it costs money though. And so we have reached out to our community, and I continue to be in awe of the generous hearts here. And I am pleased to report at this moment, we can buy almost 4 octaves on that piano. So right now, Irene's super excited that we're close to 4 octaves. But kind of our plan was to see if we could get 88 generous people that would buy 1 key each. I have 65 more keys if you are interested in this. know that it's 65 keys at $1,000. But if that does not work for you, we love any gift because at the end of the day, we're a community and all our gifts matter and they all get us to the goal. So if that's something you're interested in, or if you have questions after receiving that, reach out to me, reach out to Jennifer, Irene. One of the things that I was most surprised by when we were doing this was Irene said, there is not a performer that comes here that doesn't ask this question first. What type of piano do you have? That is such a big deal. And we know that by doing this, we will open up the doors for so much more for you. One of the other features that we're super excited about is it's a player piano, but it has the capability to record performances, which means we can play them back later. Maybe if we have people in the community who couldn't come, we can show it in the health center or Holloman or the memory care houses. So this is going to really open up a lot of opportunity for people who maybe can't actually come to a live performance. We can still share that gift of music with them. So we are really excited. We still are not there yet. So I would love for you to prayerfully consider if this is something you're passionate about. We've kind of done this as a memorial to Ann Dorff and Philel McBrayer because I think all of you have enjoyed their playing. They're kind of our go-to pianist on campus. But if there's another musician, I've received donations in honor of people at First United downtown, somebody in Owasso, somebody in Claremore. If there are other, maybe it was your first piano teacher, but that's a great way to honor somebody who had an impact in your life with music. If you have questions, please reach out to me. I don't know, Irene, Jennifer, Steve, did you have any more you wanted to talk about the piano?
Sure. If your parents wasted money on you for piano lessons, and you would like to make a contribution to this player piano in their memory, please view this as a great opportunity to do that. Sorry about that. I should come back over here. I fall into that category. My poor mother. My mom taught all of the other kids in our neighborhood how to play piano, but it didn't get through to me. So anyway, thank you. Thanks to those of you who have already given. Thanks to those of you who are thinking about giving. And we're just really very excited about this. It'll be an awesome addition to the lineup that will be part of the new Community Life Center. And with that, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Will these pianists still be here?
They will remain here. You know, as part of this process, like this piano here, I did not know this piano is 37 years old. And the amazing thing is that you may not realize this, but there's a plate on the piano that recognizes Gary and Dorothy Van Fossen as the donors for this piano, and it was given in honor of Gary's parents. So what a blessing! What a wonderful tribute. So with that,
Will this room still be used for certain things?
yes, it will. Yes, we believe that it'll still have a vital place in our future. Yes, Alma.
My son's asked if members of the community like me would be allowed to use this.
Well, obviously, anybody that loves to play the piano and is gifted at playing the piano, and who would be blessed by doing it, that'd be great. Now, there might be people like me who would like to have a photograph, or have, I'd like to sit there while Don Ryan's playing on the piano. And I'd love to have people come up to me and say, gosh, that sounds an awful lot like Don Ryan. No, certainly anybody on the campus who's a pianist, I'm sure that that they'll have the opportunity to play. It'll be a great blessing to everybody. Okay.
We'll dance around. Gotta find the perfect spot. Am I good? Yep. Awesome. Well, we are very excited to open the Community Life Center, and to answer Jan's question about what the Fleming Center will be used for and what will be housed in the Community Life Center, we have the Community Life Center Vision Planning Committee that Irene and I are working with, that are kind of working out all the details that we are planning and thinking that will happen. Of course, we know when things are open, and it's all a working, moving document and planning process. So there'll be more to come on what will be in Fleming Center, what will be in the Community Life Center, what will be in the theater, what will be in the classrooms. We are planning all kinds of exciting things to still happen in all areas of campus and to provide more opportunities for you all to be engaged and involved. So be looking for exciting things about that and about the grand opening and about the, weeks preceding the opening of all the exciting things that we have planned for that. So we are getting the vision planning back together soon, now that we kind of have a light at the end of the tunnel and the date is kind of set before us. So we are working on all of those details. So we are excited about that. The other thing that we are excited about that will be happening in June when we open the Community Life Center, you'll see that I had a little ad in the Manor Mirror for the Vibrant member engagement software and portal that we will be launching. We are working as a wellness team right now, learning the system, learning how to create the calendars, working out all the kinks. So hopefully when we roll it out to you, it'll be a seamless process, but with technology, we know there's always those little hiccups along the way. So I am asking for volunteers to be our ambassadors, and I've gotten a couple responses from the ad in the Manor Mirror of people that want to know more about it and can help us roll this out to the members. So if you are interested and want to help us roll out the Vibrant software, that is kind of like an internal Facebook page, but we'll house our calendars there. You'll be able to make reservations, see menus, be able to communicate with members via this portal, and see the things that you've signed up for and all of that. We are eager to do that. If you would want to be part of that, please let Irene or myself know, and we will be working with you in May, training you on that so we can launch and roll it out to everyone starting in June. And the last thing I have is Bargain Basement is open today, and it is open from 11:30 to 3:30. So please go visit the ladies down in the Bargain Basement and go spend your money with them. Yes, Sherilyn? The question is about the temperature in the pool. I will get with Ty on that and get an answer for you. Dennis, do you have an update? Okay. Sherilyn, I will get back with you. Richard?
You still have hard copies available for calendars, the Manor Mirror, right?
Yes, Richard asked if we will still have hard copies of calendars and the Manor Mirror and all of that available. Yes, we'll still do hard copies, and this will just be another edition that people will have access to. Great question. Any other questions?
Thank you very much.
Happy Friday.
All right. Okay, I'm going to ask Jim Ginter to come up here with me. Some of you have not had an opportunity to meet Jim. He's the new Senior Vice President of Finance and Chief Financial Officer. If you'll just step into the camera view here, Bonnie will be much happier with both of us. I wanted you to be able to greet Jim, and I'm just going to ask him a couple of questions here, okay? Would that be okay?
Guess so.
I'm here.
Tell us about your alma mater. Where did you go to college?
I went to undergraduate at Kansas State University. I was a place kicker for them, and that's when they weren't very good. So since then, they have really improved. So it's very easy to tell my kids I went to play football for K-State because they're a lot better now.
So what was the longest field goal that you scored while playing collegiate football?
30 yards.
30 yards.
Why are they laughing?
This is an easy question. How will kicking a 30-yard field goal be similar to delivering the financial reports at the monthly board meeting?
Well, when I was a kicker, I kind of struggled putting it through the upright. So I hope doing the financials are going to be a little bit easier.
Okay. Do you have a favorite collegiate team today?
Yes, West Virginia University.
And why is that?
My son's the assistant baseball coach.
We're really thrilled that you're here. We celebrate the new chapter that your presence here signifies, and we really look forward to working with you. So thank you very much.
I appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to it, and feel free to stop by my office and let's get to know each other.
Thank you so much. You're not going to want to miss the May 14th town hall meeting. We're really looking forward to this. It's going to be very exciting. Thank you for coming out today. I see that we have one more question. Julia? We don't really know. The reason that we're doing it is because every employee and every visitor to the licensed areas needs to be logged in. So we actually put the name down and the temperature down. And that process will probably continue indefinitely. Okay, Richard?
Can you give us an idea of what it's costing in the new facilities, memory units? Is it by the day or by the week, month? And how much is it?
It's a monthly charge, and I'm sure that Jacob Will or Cheryl Mayberry or Sadie Krywicki can give you more details about that, so if you want specifics. Yes, Lou? The question was, what happens if a person has a temperature? Let me broaden the question to what happens if the person acknowledges that they have any of the symptoms that are listed there. We really turn the person away and urge them to seek attention from their primary care physician to make sure that they don't pose a risk to anybody in the licensed areas. So if an employee arrives at work with a temperature, or if they have symptoms, we direct them to their primary care physician. They probably need to be looked at and possibly even tested to make sure that they don't have COVID-19. Okay, with that, I'm going to wish everybody a happy Friday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for coming out today, and thanks to everybody who's tuned in online. Take care. God bless you. Thank you.